up, you guys? So I know I'm not normally in here on Thursday afternoon, but I'm getting a lot of questions. So I posted I was on the news on Monday, and I did a segment on snacks. So if you are not my friend, you can send me a friend request, or you can just go over to my personal profile. It's all public, and you can check out that segment on snacks. But the reason I wanted to pop in here is because one of the snacks that I talked about for when you have a sweet tooth is chocolate peanut butter overnight oats. And so actually there's another post in here. There's a whole bunch of recipes for overnight oats. And so they're really good for satisfying a sweet tooth. They're also great for breakfast. And so I am getting a lot of questions about, number one, the recipe for oats, which I posted a link. I'll go ahead and post it again. But I'm also getting a lot of questions about protein powder. And so the first thing is that I'm super proud of you guys because I'm always in here talking about how important protein is, and you guys are taking this so seriously, and I freaking love seeing you guys take action on the trainings that I make. It's like my favorite thing in the world. It makes my heart so happy that you guys are like, all right, Jess is saying to do this, and you're going and you're doing it, and you're taking freaking action, and you're losing weight, and you're feeling better, and I freaking love it. What's up, Kimberly? So I'm super excited that you guys are actually taking action. And so I thank you, right? And so I'm happy to answer your questions about protein powder. But what I cannot do is I cannot look at every single brand because my head will explode, obviously. And so what I wanted to do is instead, I wanted to teach you what I would be looking for when I look at your protein powder, okay? So first things first, it's always best to get your food from real food, right? So it's always best to actually eat food, right? So the only time you'd want to supplement with a protein powder is if you're like, Jessica, I'm a vegetarian, or I can't eat meat, or I just can't get it down, or I'm in a huge hurry, or something like that, or you're like, yo, I try really hard, I cannot get this much protein down. Cool, have a protein powder, right? So the very first thing I'm looking for is how many grams of protein are actually in your protein powder. So generally, if you're trying to get at least 100 grams of protein, most of us actually need more than that. If you're trying to get 100 grams, right, and you're eating, say, 4 times a day, you're gonna want each meal to have around 25 grams. So generally for a good protein powder, you're looking for like 20 to 25 grams. So the other thing that I want you to look at is I want you to look at the ingredients list. So turn it over and read the ingredients. Like, do you know what all of that stuff is? That is one of the core foundational principles of what I teach my clients is you've got to be able to read an ingredient label, okay? So that's how you end dieting forever. That is how you get off the diet roller coaster, yo-yo, all this marketing BS of what people are trying to sell you, right? You learning how to read ingredient labels. So turn that bad boy over and look at the ingredients. So the other thing I want you to look at is I want you to look at how many grams are in a serving. So in my protein here, my protein has only about 5 ingredients in it, and 1 scoop is 32 grams, right? That's the amount in 1 scoop. Out of those 32 grams, 24 of those grams are protein. So 24 out of 32, can't do math that fast. I should have done it before I got on here, but it's around 80% protein. Okay, so almost everything that when I scoop it, it is pure protein, right? The point of taking a protein powder is to get protein, right? So if you are, like I saw one earlier today that I think a scoop was like 46 grams and it had 15 grams of protein. So 46 grams, 15 grams of protein. So you're buying protein and only 30% of it is made from protein. So what is the rest? So in that case, right, if it's got a lot of carbs and a lot of other stuff in here, it might be more of a meal replacement than a protein. So I wouldn't take something that's got a whole bunch of carbs in it. Carbs aren't bad, they're energy. But if you have a protein powder that's got 30 grams of carbs and then you mix it with oatmeal, you've got a very, very, very carb heavy oatmeal, right? So mine actually has 3 grams of carbs, it's got 2 grams of fat, and it's got 24 grams of protein. So I'm buying protein, I'm actually taking protein, right? And the other thing, so I've got 24 grams of protein out of 32. The rest of it is monk fruit, stevia leaf, and some flavorings. So I've got around 8 grams of flavorings and 24 grams are actually protein. And so rather than me trying to look at every single person's different protein powder, I thought it would be easier for me to just give you some tools to actually like start to think about this for yourselves. Because again, like when I bring clients into my program, right, it's not just, hey, this is good or bad, because food's not really good or bad. It's more about how you critically think about it, right? So there's nothing wrong with a protein powder that's got 30 grams of carbs and 20 grams of protein, right? But that's not something you'd want to mix with oatmeal because it's already got a lot of carbs in it, right? And so when I'm bringing people in, these are the types of things that I want you guys to start looking at, right? Because if you learn how to read ingredient labels and you learn how to think about these things, right? It doesn't matter what the front says. This could be the greatest thing in the whole world, right? This could be a spinach wrap. It could be whatever, right? You're gonna turn that bad boy over and you're gonna learn critical thinking for yourself. And it doesn't matter what kind of woo-woo BS or marketing BS is actually on the front of it, right? Because you'll actually learn what it looks like for yourself. And so instead of sending me all of your protein powders, which I love you guys, thank you for reaching out to me. I freaking love hearing from you guys, especially when it's stuff that I've been teaching you and you're asking me questions about it. It like makes my heart so freaking happy. Like I love hearing from you guys so much. So keep the questions coming, but this is a super common one. So that is it. Look for the grams in a scoop, the grams of protein, and then think about what you're using it for. Is it a meal replacement, or are you just using it to try to add protein? In which case you're gonna want a lot of protein. So that is it for today, guys. A little bonus episode for you. Tomorrow at noon, I have an absolutely freaking awesome Halloween candy demonstration that I am doing for you guys. So tomorrow's Fitness Friday is gonna be awesome. It's at 12 p.m. Eastern. You are gonna wanna watch this. It's gonna be really, really, really good. It's all about candy and how to minimize the impacts of the sugar in your body. So that's it, guys. I hope you have a great day.